Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia. Anyway, um, so this is the summary for the day of 37. So after a really long one at 35, 36, hopefully this is not as long. So just want to clarify something that was not covered in the previous summary. So in the previous summary, at the point of recording, I did not know what was responsible for the burning of the oil depot at Belgorod. I estimated that it could be a missile attack. So in the end, it turned out to be a 2 times Ukrainian Mi-24 helicopters, basically the Hind. Two of them actually flew low into Belgorod and fired at the oil depot. The first helicopter actually missed the target. It totally missed the tanks, the oil tanks. The second one actually hit it and caused a massive explosion. And then they quickly run away. So because they flew so low in, air defense and air radar is not going to be able to track it. At low altitude, only manpads, only individual soldiers with handheld anti-aircraft missiles with the range of around 5 kilometers will be able to hit such targets. Weapon system like Stinger or Igla will be able to hit helicopters at this kind of height. Otherwise, they are literally invisible to radar. It's not possible to track it. And this caused a lot of frustration within the pro-Russian crowd, especially those Russian citizens. They were like very angry about how the Ukrainians are able to attack and successfully, and the Russian analyst is kind of like pissed off also trying to explain how air defense work. So this also shows that despite all the advances in air defense and air radar and stuff like this, planes and helicopters that are able to operate at low height is still able to infiltrate without even stealth technology into enemy territory. So modern fighter jets are very hard because they are flying too fast to fly very low. Typically, if you talk about World War II kind of propeller planes, they will be able to fly at that kind of height, which will evade radar detection. So even if the radar can capture them because they are flying up and down the tree canopies and stuff like this, and behind buildings, behind hills, uh, even even the radar can see them, they will not be able to track them with their air defense radar, and they will not be able to fire at them. So this is something to note. If you're interested, you can actually go and watch those DCS. There's this game or flight simulator called DCS. You can check out their videos on YouTube. It's the most realistic simulator out there, and you can actually kind of see how air defense works. It's basically any aircraft that is detected by surface-to-air missile and is in range, typically they are dead. So that's how powerful air defense are. So on this part, the Ukrainian government as well as Ukrainian sources have been making noise about how the Russians or whoever that is in charge is trying to force mobilize or force recruitment people into their military. I just want to tell you this. I don't believe this is happening, and even if it's happening, they are already saying that they wanted to use Trasnistria to attack Ukraine, and they have been saying this for a month, just like they have been saying Belarus is about to invade for a month, and yeah, so it's just another one of those hysteria. I don't believe there's enough troops here to actually invade in a meaningful way. More likely will be conquered by Ukraine, if you ask me, given the kind of mobilization Ukraine have gone through. I think Ukraine will have easily conquered an entire Moldova with the forces that they have. Anyway, so moving on to some airstrikes. So missile strikes. The Russian strikes Horod Air Base. So it's actually this air base you can see. Ta-da! This pretty nice air base. I like how it's all far apart. Nice aircraft that are all gone now. So the Russian Ministry of Defense announced that they have put the military airbase out of action, and several helicopters and aircraft found in camouflage parking lots were destroyed, along with fuel and aviation weapons. I'm not sure how they actually know this much, but yeah. But okay, whatever it is, they took out a airbase which the Ukrainians are going to promptly repair, and then suddenly they were going to have like ghost helicopters and aircraft appearing again, I guess. The Russians also strike 2 railway stations. So they strike the one at Lozova railway station, which is, if you want to take a look, is this one. I believe it's this one. This is the only one there. So, and then, am I correct? Yeah, I think I'm correct. So it's this one, and then they also took another one at Pavlorad, which is the major transport hub over here. This is actually I believe the second time that this railway station have been hit. I remember reporting about it once, if I didn't remember wrongly. So so they took out the railway station because there's armored vehicles, ammunition, fuel tanks that are being sent through these railway stations to the Eastern Front. So this tells us that the Russians are actually tracking the movement of troops by the Ukrainians across the entire country. They are actually tracking, probably by satellite imaging, and unlikely it's going to be drones, because drones can be shot down at so far away. But satellite imaging, you can't really run away from that. So this is exactly what the Russians want, I believe, to kind of like draw more forces here to destroy them. So let's move on to another. Okay, that I don't cover that first. Let me talk about this part. So Kyiv Front. If you have watched the update on the Kyiv Front, this is basically the same thing. So I'm not going to go into details. So because you can actually go back to watch the Kyiv Front video, the quick update. So basically, the Ukrainians have captured even the important trio of Vozel, Bucha, and Hostomel. They have captured all these regions, and then they have also kind of suddenly they can able to capture everything here along the coast here of the Dnieper River, and they have captured as far as Ivankiv. But somehow the Russians are still able to take out a Mi-8 over Lyubimivka, and they actually shot down a Barakta TB2 over Vakivka. Although this Mi-8, I want to just as I have already mentioned in the quick update, there's a lot of Lyubimivka in Ukraine, and according to this briefing or this report by the Defense Ministry of Russia, they only say near the village of Lyubimivka or Lyubimovka. It was unclear that which version of this village they are talking about. So I projected that it's most likely to be this one, because I have already find all the other Lyubimovka or Lyubimivka, and they are all seems a bit off the front line. So this seems to make the most sense, especially given that a TB2 is actually shot down over here. Moving on. So on the eastern side, they also continued to capture the entire previous stronghold of the Russian forces on the eastern front of Brovary. They have taken most of the villages and towns here, and they go as far as Kozelet. Otherwise, the other positions are unclear. I have actually deleted all these positions, these previous reports from the Ukrainian side that I placed all over the map here. I've deleted all of them because I believe that the Russians have already evacuated all of them, including those at Lyubek as well as Slavutch and all these places. I've deleted all of them because I do not think that these are really relevant information. In fact, even this, I think I will be deleting them probably in a day or two's time. But because these are on the eastern side, of this major counter-offensive, or major counter recapture. So or major major taking over of all these villages. So I just gonna leave it there for a day or two, and then see how far the Ukrainians can catch up with the withdrawal, because the Russians they are actually fighting a kind of like a defensive retreat. So as they retreat, they are also engaging the Ukrainian forces that are chasing them. So it's not exactly easy for the Ukrainians to catch up. And not only that, the Ukrainians are definitely having some fuel issues. So there is probably supply line issue as well, because you can chase, but then your supply line is going to be stretched, and that is not exactly the good thing. Then you are doing exactly what the Russians did in the early days of the war, and then the Russians can just take all these isolated pockets of forces that is chasing the Russians out with attack helicopters. So on the Chernihiv side, the siege is basically as good as over, with the capture of Ivanivka, Shestovitsia, as well as this is the information that was new from the quick update, is that the Ukrainian forces had captured Mikhailo Kotsiobinske. So this clears up all these roads here, and I do not believe that there's any Russian forces around here as well. So northern side maybe still have as a retreat northward, but on this entire area, I think there is no more Russian troops. I'm just leaving the border here because I have to be objective about this rather than just inputting my own opinions. In terms of Chernobyl, there is this tweet that says that the Ukrainians have taken over the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, but that nuclear power plant is here, and is really far away from the front, all the way at Pripyat, and I believe this is not an accurate information, but I just want to tell you that I saw it. But I don't think this is accurate, so I did not input that into the map. Moving on to a different front. So let me delete away that marker. So there is a report on Twitter saying that the Russians have blockade one of the exits of this village or town of Burin, and they reported that there's a lot of Russian vehicles outside, which is probably why they actually blockade the road. So I'm not sure it's which side of the road, but I just want to indicate this because the Sumy mayor or head of their I actually spell wrong. Oh my god, why do I read? Okay, Sumy mayor, or the head of the Sumy Oblast or something, or whoever he is, reported large number of Russian forces entering the Sumy region, and in the Russian source, they actually wrote that the large number of Russian forces actually entered for Russia. But the live UA map reports that this large number of forces is actually coming in from Kiev and Chernihiv region. So I have no idea what to believe, because there's conflicting information. But both of them does make sense, because the retreat from Chernihiv and Kiev region, of course, going into Sumy means a lot of Russian forces going to Sumy, but also it is conceivable that the Russians are actually sending more troops into Sumy and trying to do something new. For example, capturing Poltava. So that is a possibility. So no idea what is happening, but a lot of reports of Russians are gathering around Sumy region. So they are congregating their forces around here for redeployment or new deployment. No idea what is the plan now, actually. So most of the reports actually also say that the Russians are actually moving northeastward towards Russia, or going to go out into Russia. So that's also conflicts with the information of the Russians moving towards Sumy, because Sumy is not exactly northeast. So anyway, that's something that I think I should address. Moving on to Kharkiv. I didn't indicate on the map, but there's a strike on a tactical HQ in Kharkiv, killing over 100 soldiers, including foreign fighters. So that is reported by the Ministry of Defense of Russia. But I don't report on random airstrikes or missile strikes, so I didn't indicate. Moving on to Izyum, there's report that the Russian forces is attacking out of Izyum, going towards Sloviansk, but I have no information in terms of the specifics, so I didn't put anything here. Just want to let you know that is happening. There is also this report from the Russian sources that the river banks overflowed at Sviatovsk or Sviatogorsk. This is easier to pronounce. Anyway, this is actually this little city or town. So the river bank overflow, and this is just something to take note about. It's not really related to the war, not related to the battle situation. Why it flooded was because the dam was destroyed. The dam along this river was destroyed by the Ukrainians, and then causing flooding here. So not sure how it will affect operations. So this is just something that had happened. Moving on to Luhansk Front. So the Russians last reported trying to attack into Crimea, and they also attacking Mykolaiv from the eastern outskirts of this town here that is on the east side of Severodonetsk. So apparently, so I have changed the map accordingly because of all this new information, because previously we are not so clear as to where the LPR, the Luhansk forces or the Russian forces have progressed. So the last time that I actually wrote until is here, draw the line until here. Then because of this latest information, so Mykolaiv is actually in Ukrainian control, so I changed that. So the Russians is now at the eastern outskirts, and there's also information about Borovsky or Borovsky in Russian. So the Russians have developed an offensive, as how they put it, against the 57 Motorized Infantry Brigade, and blocked the village from the east and the south and approach. So they are now attacking this village. This actually looks more like a town to me than a village. It's rather huge, and they're actually entering from two sides, east and the south. So now we effectively have a battle for Borovsky, and I believe this is going to take some time. Given how I've seen how all the other towns, for example Popasna, how long it took. So I'm not sure if I actually had this previously. Let's see. I'm sorry, I need to check this. Oh, okay, so it's a new information. Okay, got confused. So the Russians captured the village of Bobrovi as well as Nizhny. So they captured these two. So the capturing of Nizhny means that there is a possibility of doing this encirclement from the south. So if they take Nizhny, then this only makes sense that they continue to take Tokishka, and after taking Tokishka, they will be able to blockade this road south, and this would mean that Severodonetsk and Lysychansk will have one road lesser for resupply, and they will be able to hit across following the railroad. These are the railroads, by the way, these green lines. They can actually capture all these smaller villages and town and do this major encirclement of Lysychansk and Severodonetsk. And if you see this bulge here, we don't put too much thought about this for now, because the Russian forces might have already withdrawn from this area, and there may actually be no Russian troops here. So this is previously captured locations, and probably already got pushed back by the Ukrainians. So just want to want you to take note. But because I have no information about the recapture of these villages by Ukrainians, so the border stays as it is. No news on Popasna. Popasna is like the acne that refused to go away on your face, and this is in this case on Russian faces. And moving on to Donetsk Front. So the DPR forces, the Donetsk People's Republic forces, have captured most of Novobakhmutivka. So they haven't captured the entire town, but they have captured most of it. So if you look at this town, this seems really sparse, right? This doesn't look very big. In terms of the length, it's only around 4 kilometers long, and they take quite a long time to actually take this position. So they are still fighting the Ukrainians around here. They are trying to finish up the fight here, and this is the reason why I say a town the size of Borivsky is going to take a very long time. If the battles around here is any indication. So the fighting continues around Novosilivska, Druha, Kamyanka, Krasnohorivka, and no idea what's happening here. No news on Avdiivka. No news about that. No news about Marinka as well as this entire front here. So the fighting reported. This one I think I mentioned many times. I think I'm just going to delete it because I have no idea what the hell is happening there. Just going to leave it there. We will have new reports when someone decided to say something. So despite there's no information here, there's actually news around here. The Russian forces have fully captured Uruzin, and they say that they have completed the cleansing of the village. Hopefully this actually means taking out of all Ukrainian forces rather than washing the floor. And they have progressed 8 kilometers. Okay, seems like wrong, but anyway, they have progressed the depth of 8 kilometers, and then they are now fighting against the 54 separate mechanized brigade for the capture of Oktyabir. So if you're not sure what is this place, it's actually Blahodatne. This is actually the same place. So the new name was Blahodatne, and the old name was Oktyabir. So this is actually the location that they are actually fighting now. So over this also at Uruzan, one Mi-24 Ukrainian Mi-24 was actually shot down over around this region as the Russians actually moving northward. So no more news around all this region, except that there is another Mi-24 got shot down over Huyaipo. So the Ukrainians are actually losing a lot of helicopters over these past few days, and it doesn't help when you have this another one this strike at the airbase that destroyed a few more helicopters. So this strike might be actually a revenge for this one. So and I also saw some reports about massive missile strikes on Dnipro and all these places. So those could be a vengeance strike as well. So anyway, I can't tell the difference since Russia strikes Ukraine on a daily basis with a lot of missiles. So going down to Mariupol, no news around here. There is actually this, I'm not sure you call it rumor, but the Russian sources saying that the Ukrainian forces is now split into 3. One at this area at the UH plant. Another group is at the Azovstal, and there's another group at the port region. Then there is also another source saying that all of them have been already captured, as then the Ukrainian forces is mainly only at the port region. So don't know what to believe. I'm just going to leave it as it is, since no one have really clear specific information about what's happening in Mariupol. If you're interested in the humanitarian aid situation, there is this humanitarian corridor going to be open from Mariupol all the way to Berdyansk. The Russians promised they will not fire, and they'll be able to evacuate all the way to Berdyansk, and the civilians are able to evacuate out of Berdyansk on boat. They are actually able to take a ferry or some kind of ships to get out, and or they can actually take the whatever buses that was available to go to Zaporizhia. The humanitarian situation is a bit confusing, so I'm not going to emphasize it much because I didn't really pay a lot of attention reading it. So I'm just telling you based on what I vaguely remember. So no other progress understood from this side. Maybe they decided not to report about the victories because there's actually no Russians over there. So I have no idea. So I have good reason to believe that there's no more Russian forces around here. Probably all the way down this northern side of this river, this left bank of this river. I think there's totally no Russian troops around here, and they may have all crossed over to or maybe stationed around Berislav region here, or Nova Kakhovka here, and maybe some others may have gone to Kherson. No idea what's happening. There's also no news about Mykolaiv region. So this entire Ukrainian offensive that was so hyped over was totally melted away. So this is the summary for the day of 1st of April, and it was the April Fool's Day. Oh, is it day 37? Sorry, it's day 30. So I have to correct. It's day 37 and 38. I'm so sorry. So and the 2nd of April. Yeah. Sorry, this is actually for 2 days. So 2 days, 2 days. I forgot. I forgot to update this. So because the reason was that I missed 1 day of the summary is because I woke up a bit late, and then I was busy, and then by the time I was checking for the latest information, it was already a bit late. It was like around noon in Ukraine, and some of this information already comes into the 2nd of April. So I decided to just skip the entire summary so that we can it's not so confusing for the information. So this is so that we can start a new day with a summary, and we have all the informations all cleared and start with a new slate. And so I also want to share that actually I wanted to there's one more here. The in case you do not know, from the 1st of April, Putin have said that all gas payment can only be paid in rubles, so in the Russian currency. So all unfriendly countries who do not pay in rubles for their gas will have their gas cut off. So this is this news. I believe you should know. You should know by now. And if you don't know, then this is okay. I just told you that. And they have this this rule is that this new law dictates that these unfriendly countries must open the account in Russian banks, and if they don't, then they don't get the gas as well. So they have to open the bank account with the Russian banks. They have to bank in their euros or US dollar or whatever currency and buy rubles, and using the rubles, then they buy the gas. So in essence, the Russians actually strengthens ruble by doing this thing, and at the same time they actually earn exchange rate money as well. So this is actually additional income for Russia, and this also circumvents the impact of the sanctions on Russia. And as a result, Russian currency is actually strengthening by a lot, and they already have got better than the currency situation before the war started. Okay, so I actually on the 1st of April, I wanted to do this April Fool's joke, but I kind of like by the time I remember it, it was already 8 p.m. in Ukraine. I decided forget it. So I wanted to say report that Ukrainians have entered Moscow or something like that. So I want to record the video in a very serious way, but I missed the opportunity and decided not to do that. I just thought it was funny. So anyway, this is the update for day 37 and 38 for the 1st and 2nd of April. And I hope you will like the video. If you like the video, please like the video. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. Do share this with your friends and family, and contact if you find this information useful, especially if you think that I'm worth following, and you want to see more of this report. Do subscribe and do follow Defense Politics Asia. And if you are those type that like to discuss and share your views, do join our Reddit. Do join our Discord. And if you would like to contribute information, news, and stories, you can also join the Discord as well as our Reddit, our subreddit. All this information is in the description below. And if you like to support my work, you can also join the Patreon, and you can get access to exclusive things. And that's about it. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next update.